And after he made this loud announcement that he had blankets and water and everything I would need in his car, 2 other people on my team said they had done the same thing.
Aw, that's beautiful. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that's great.
That's inclusion, and that's what we have to remember. It's not because there were other women. There weren't. It was still an all-male team with me. It's that I was welcomed for who I was and what I was going through. I wasn't tolerated because of it. And there's a huge difference. And that's something that all companies can start thinking through and adopting. How do we make everyone feel like they belong, no matter who they are and what's going on?
Absolutely. You are listening to Our Voices. My name is Natasha Nurse. More with my guest, Melissa Dobbins, founder and CEO of Career.Place, next on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kristen Bell, and I invited you here to my hotel room to talk about your cheeks, your big, beautiful cheeks. Get your mind out of the gutter. I'm talking about swabbing them. Did you guys know that each year 20,000 Americans with blood cancer are searching for their life-saving marrow match? So here's how we can help. It's really, really simple. All you have to do is swab your cheek. Then go to giftoflife.org and request a free kit so that you can swab a cheek and save a life.
Welcome back to Our Voices on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. My name is Natasha Nurse, and my guest today is Melissa Dobbins, founder and CEO of Career.Place. So, oh my gosh, I have so many questions. Okay, we're going to get to them. When it comes to, in the interim period, right, where change is happening, but maybe not fast enough, but, the needle is moving, what would you say candidates can do to kind of overcome the bias hiring practices that sadly they're facing in modern day times?
That is a very challenging question. It's a great question. First, it's a matter of being able to have the opportunity to overcome the biases. And I think a lot of candidates are still in the situation where their resumes are put to the side for whatever reason, and they don't have a chance to even voice their opinion. There are a few techniques that I've come across quite a few times, and a few experts really stand by when it comes to the world of resumes and looking for jobs. One is don't be shy. And I cannot back this one enough. If you don't ever ask, if you don't ever approach, if you don't ever contact that person on LinkedIn that has the job that you want, then you're definitely not going to get in front of them, right? So the worst case scenario is they'll say no or I'm sorry. But most people are very polite and understanding when you come and talk to them about something that you're interested in. So the worst you'll get is, I'm sorry, I don't have the time, or you've got the wrong person, or you'll get the brush off. But that's not that bad. It's not that bad of an experience. And meanwhile, by taking those risks and getting yourself out there, you're putting yourself in a much better position to get the type of job that you want, or to learn how to get the type of job. There's a question that can take you a very long way, and that's, how did you get to where you are? I want to be like you. What did you do? Because in that type of question, you can get a mentor, an advocate, a champion, someone who's going to put their neck out for you over time, because you're cultivating that relationship, starting with the goal of, I want to be like you. And who doesn't want to hear that?
Exactly. Absolutely. And I love that you kind of phrased it that way, because sadly, I love LinkedIn, and I've well over 13,000 connections, and it's growing every single day. That's like a part of my life motto: learn something new and meet someone new every single day, which I've been accomplishing for many, many years, and LinkedIn is a big part of that. But what I do wish people would do is kind of take that advice that you just gave them, which is start on the foot of building a relationship, not just like, hi, I need something, because that approach is a little bit, it's not going to, I think, yield the results that people want, because I think it's a much different thing to say, I really admire what you're doing, or I'd love to learn more about your story, as opposed to like, hi, can I promote your podcast? Or hi, are you looking to hire someone? That conversation is really interesting. So I love that you said that.
I mean, a lot of people will feel burdened and overwhelmed by lots of people trying to get their attention, to sell something, to sell themselves, whatever it is. But people also, they worked hard to get where they are. So to be recognized for that is a much more refreshing and engaging way to talk with individuals.
Absolutely. And when it comes to motivating and inspiring you, who's one person or people that really keep you going and keep you, I guess, grounded on growing Career.place and your own professional goals that you're achieving?
That's a very interesting question, because depending on the time of day and which day, I'd probably give you different answers. I mean, I absolutely believe in surrounding yourself by the smartest, best people you can possibly find, the people who engage you and challenge you and tell you you're wrong all the time, because it forces you to think ahead and think through the challenges rather than always feeling like, yes, I've got all the answers. Let's be honest, none of us do. So, my co-founder, Gabe Gurman, is one of those people for sure. The team that I work with are absolutely on that list. And every single one of them has earned that title of the person that I needed really badly right at that moment. My husband as well. And even my kids, they definitely keep me grounded because there's nothing that puts things in priority in just understanding what's important in this world, like children.
Absolutely.
And, you stress that one meeting, that one conversation that didn't go as planned. And then your kid comes home and is telling you about what they're learning or needs something from you. It's like, okay, this is why I'm doing this.
Absolutely. And
so, the list goes on. I've been very blessed with a lot of influential, intelligent, and engaging people in my life. And I take advantage of that, and I hope they all do that with me as well.
I love that. Awesome. You are listening to Our Voices on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. My name is Natasha Nurse, and my guest today is Melissa Dobbins, founder and CEO of Career.place. So to add to that, I would say, I think I love that you said that your answer can change, because I think people also forget that, your motivations and inspirations do change and mold and shift. And for me, sometimes it's the husband, sometimes it's Maya Angelou, sometimes it's Malcolm X, sometimes it's, my second grade math teacher, and sometimes it's my adorable dog or cat, it's just, because sadly I don't have human babies. I have only fur babies at the time, but they count too, and they motivate me with their soft fur and their cute faces. But with that, before I digress too much, I do want to make sure, before we get to some rapid fire questions, that I'm able to have everyone know a little bit more about Career.place. So if people are interested in learning more about your platform, more about your services, working with you, where do they go?
This is the best part. We named our company very well, because you go to Career.place. So www in front of there, just in case.
Very, succinct and to the point. I gotcha. Okay.
Only took us about a year to figure that one out.
Okay. And do you have certain, upcoming milestones that you're excited for Career.place?
We actually hit a couple of our major milestones over the last few months, which has been fantastic. But we've been focused very heavily on getting the product out the door, which happened earlier this year, and then really focusing in on what it is that we can do to add a lot of value for our customers and for our users. And everything from compliance reporting and having touch-of-the-buttons compliance report to having a view into the demographic spread of your candidate base. Because one of the things that we noticed early on is that even when people wanted to have a much more inclusive hiring practice and have outcomes that were far more diverse, they didn't know why they weren't. So the question of where are all my women, or where are all my people of this or that or the other thing that they were trying to increase their diversity, they had no view into their process and where the breakdown was. So we introduced, for example, reporting that shows you at every step, never from an individual level, because that's always protected, but from a macro level, what do your demographics look like? Your men versus your women, your various ethnicities and races, veteran status, disability status. So that way, if you found a pinch point, you can solve the problem.
Love it.
And so we had that come out recently, which has been very exciting for us.
Very cool.
And we're continuing to look for what can we do to help the mission, not just the nuts and bolts of the hiring programs.
Wonderful. All right. Well, I think everyone who is interested in changing their work culture, changing how they hire, and creating the culture that's really going to make them most efficient and productive and profitable, hopefully will definitely take note of this conversation and get in touch with you. And it's very easy, guys, www.career.place. So with that, I just want to get to a couple of fun rapid fire questions so people can get to know you a little bit more. So what's the number one thing on your bucket list?
I want to be a published novelist, but it's got to go beyond that. I want to be a published novelist that has some sort of cosplay thing going on to showcase my work. That's my number one non-work related bucket list item.
I love that. All right. And then with that, what's your number one favorite book to read?
So that completely depends on my moods. I guess I have too many answers like that. But some of my favorites include Arthur C. Clarke's Rendezvous with Rama. I love Tad Williams' Otherland. That's one of my favorite series. Of course, Lord of the Rings.
Yes!
Gotta throw that in there.
Yes! Oh my gosh, my heart sings. Yeah, my favorite all-time book is The Hobbit. I love Bilbo Baggins. He is everything and a bag of chips, guys. And then also, what is something that no one knows about you?
I was thinking about a similar question before, and unfortunately, since I love to tell stories and I love to talk, I couldn't come up with anything I haven't already shared.
Okay.
At least with somebody.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, if you think about it later, obviously, share that with me or share that with the world. But thank you, Melissa Dobbins, founder and CEO of Career.place, for coming and sharing your story on Our Voices.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And I hope our audience found you both as informative and inspiring as I did. My name is Natasha Nurse. I'm the proud host of Our Voices here on 90.3 WHPC. Our show's creative director is Rudy J. Breedy. Visit nccradio.org. That's www.nccradio.org for more information. This will be available as a podcast on iTunes, Android Podcasts, and Spreaker. Our Voices is powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.